And welcome to Championships presented by Discraft. I'm joined here by our previous co-host and player extraordinaire, Madison Walker. Madison, you got a little Smashbox bump there. I saw you moved yourself into the cash line for tomorrow. Congratulations.
Thank you. We had a solid round today, penalty-free.
That's pretty impressive out here at this Vista layout. Now, this is the toughest course that the competitors are going to see, and it's going to be the longest round. How did you fare out there?
I fared well, but we teed off this morning, so it was nice and cool all day. It is a little bit warmer out here, but the wind is still nice and calm.
Well, it may disappoint some of our viewers out there. So you're not with every shot, every hole today. What's going to be your function and role?
I'll be with the second card. I'll come and kind of give updates whenever I, can, which will be often, and give, some updates.
You're always giving support out there. You got a good friend in Zach Melton sitting on the second card, looking for him to make his move today. Did I hear even that Paige Pierce is on the bag for him?
Yes, she is. She's the caddy. She's even got shoes on, no flip-flops.
Wow, she's getting serious.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we've got a great group for everyone here today. We've got Matt Orum, tied with Paul McBeth at 22 under par. Just one stroke behind is Nate Sexton, and our podcast guest from last night, Philo Brathwaite, sitting just 2 strokes off the lead. What are you looking to see today out here?
I think this would be a fun card to watch. Lots of different styles of play, lots of variety. I think it'll be a good one.
All right, well, we're looking forward to your updates from the second card. You're more than welcome to join us at any time. Let us know what's going on over there. But until then, I think we're ready to get this show on the road. We're here at the third round of the Memorial Championships presented by Discraft. Let's get to some golf.
What you've all been waiting for, the lead card of the men's open division for the 2016 Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. First up on the tee, Matt Orum.
And the first tee shot of the day here in our group is Matt Orum. Has a branch on the left-hand side. He's going to be short. This is Paul McBeth. And Paul McBeth a little heavy there on his first throw of the round. This is his travel partner in Nate Sexton. And Nate Sexton's forehand is very spot on here. He's going to be right next to the basket. And your Gentlemen's Club champion, Philo Brathwaite, on the tee. And our third round here at the 2016 Memorial Championships presented by Discraft is off to a start. One thing that you may notice here at the Vista course from any previous year is there is actually a triple mandatory here off the tee. These players must navigate straight through the post and below the lined set of flags. That is a new addition here that they've never had before. Frequently you would see players go with an outside forehand or possibly a slow turnover shot. However, they are forcing the up the middle shot here with this triple mandatory. And with the low-hanging branches, Matteo relatively restricted on his attack there. And the large gallery that is inside the Duke Sports Bar and Grill gives a moan as Philo is just a few inches short there on his long birdie attempt. McBeth has carried more than 30 feet past the pin here. And off to a good start is McBeth by canning a nearly 40-foot putt here on hole number 1. As I mentioned, Nate Sexton has found himself within a few feet of the pin. Matty O will clean up for his par. And Philo is in. Philo a little bit frustrated with himself. He let one go here on hole number 1. We see birdies by what they refer to as the Sexy Beast Tour. That means Paul McBeth and Nate Sexton. Birdies by both of them. We've got a whole preview for you for hole number 2. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, what's up? I'm Eric McCabe here at Vista Del Camino, hole number 2. The first few holes out here, I think it's the first 5 actually. If you come off those first 5 even par, you're already way behind. You need to come out with at least 3 birdies on these first 5 holes. Hole 2 right here is 365 feet. I like to throw a truth if it's not much wind, or a fairway driver if there's a little bit of wind out to the right, and let it hyzer into the basket. Yep.
McBeth's shot flaring wide left. And Nate's forehand is skipping toward the basket. He's going to find himself again within 15 feet of the pin. Matty O on the top right side of the pin. And that looks to be drifting from right to left for Philo. As he gives the little sweeping motion, he's going to be happy with that.
All right.
As we move down the fairway, we'll give a weather update that there are very few clouds in the sky. In fact, many players out here were giving the extra dose of sunscreen and sunblock. It is a very scorching hot day out here today. It's pushing somewhere in the high 80s to low 90s. Very dry temperatures out here. Subtle wind, no more than 5 miles per hour at most. We'll see if it remains calm throughout the day. However, players are going to need to stay hydrated out here, as it is going to be a very hot and long round. We're glad you're tuned in. You're watching SmashBoxxTV. This is the third round coverage here of the 2016 Memorial Championships presented by Discraft. Please go out and share our link. Tweet about it. Maybe make a picture on Instagram. Update your Tinder profile. Tell everyone that you're involved with disc golf. Whatever you need to do. Just make sure that you're watching disc golf and you're sharing it with all your friends and family. And McBeth's attempt from 55 feet is just off the top of the basket. Matty O finds himself inside the circle's edge here. He's going to have a downhill putt. He's also positioned nicely between the two trees. He's not going to have to contend with any of those low-hanging branches here. Slight right to left wind as he's throwing, however, short on his attempt. McBeth had rolled to 18 feet. And Sexton's forehand also puts him within 15 feet of the pin. Philo of Team Boom joined us on our podcast last night. He was discussing at great length how he feels like he's maybe just hitting his 10-year stride. He's been out here grinding and playing very hard and performing well throughout the last 10 years. However, feels as if maybe he's got it dialed in a little more than ever. He is, of course, coming off the A-tier win from last weekend over in Las Vegas at the Gentlemen's Club Challenge. And, of course, all of our previous podcasts and broadcasts are all archived right there on the SmashBoxxTV YouTube page. If you'd like to go out and take a listen, you can do so. And we have audio-only downloads. If you're interested in that, use any of your podcast apps. And you can find all of those on audio version as well if you'd like to consume us that way. As the players get ready here, we're going to take a brief moment to have Nate Doss show you a hole preview here on hole number 3.
Hey, I'm Nate Doss. We're here on hole 3 at the Vista course here at the 2016 Memorial. This hole's about 360 feet, 350 feet. Pretty wide open. There's one big tree in the way. Most of the players will be throwing a nice big hyzer towards the fence, coming right back in at the pin. Some people might throw a straight shot if the wind calls for it, but otherwise it's a must-get birdie.
And another forehand drive here by Nate Sexton. Gallery's enthused. And narrowly missing the edge of the house on the right-hand side. And then McBeth going with a higher hyzer route here with his Star Destroyer. And that should work. And Matty O finds himself near the circle's edge with a low line drive. You see that is very customary of the Matty O style of play, low line drives. All the competitors here in this group have plenty of power to be attacking each of these first few holes. as Nate Doss and others will tell you, really need to come out firing here on the first 5 holes. They all play somewhat similarly, and if you're going to get off to a good start, this is the place to do it.
Welcome to Vista Del Camino Park in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's my home course. I used to live right here on the 5th fairway. Now I live right across the street. I want to welcome all the disc golfers from all around the world who came here to Scottsdale to enjoy this great course and enjoy all the coverage this week on SmashBoxx.com. The coverage will be great. Watch it. Terry Miller, he's the man. You cut that.
And on the right-hand side, right corner pocket, I think he would say, Philo is in for the birdie. Looks as if the remaining 3 competitors almost are the same distance away from the hole. Sexton maybe just a bit closer. Routine here for Matty O. Expect to see birdies out of both McBeth and Sexton here. And as McBeth is putting in, he's already being challenged here. Wysocki has jumped up for a share of the lead, birdieing 3 of the first 4 holes. All right, and just a quick walk right over here. We are already over on hole number 4. And the second card has already cleared, so the players will be ready to go as soon as scores are taken here by Matty O.
Star frame 2222. Nice twos. Next one, right? Okay, great.
Nate says, I think he's anxious to get the 3. I'm guessing that's what that was noting for us. And great shot there by Philo Brathwaite. And with virtually no skip, McBeth has planted himself just short of the pin. And Matty O's drive caught up on the right-hand side. He's hoping to navigate up and around the tree. We saw Paul McBeth do so relatively effortlessly. Again, we're enjoying a beautiful day out here. All of our competitors taking in the nice, warm Arizona sun. Paul McBeth going with an interesting wardrobe decision here, sporting the pants on what's been the hottest day since arrival here in Arizona. Many of you know of the discussion had a few weeks ago regarding the Los Angeles Times article. Later on in the broadcast, we'll be able to show you an interesting piece put together by our friends over at the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Paul McBeth, Ricky Wysocki, as well as Will Schustrick, talking about that particular article. And with a little stumble there by Matty O on the jump putt, he's going to be settling for a 3 here. We saw as Nate Sexton got off the tee that he indicated 3 to everyone there at home, all the viewers. Nate playing very conservative here, just only looking to card a 3. Nate's able to give it a run. However, like I said, Nate's known on tour as one of the most conservative players out there, knowing that there's OB that comes around all sides of the basket. He decided to go for a safe shot into the center and possibly get that long birdie putt for 2. However, playing conservative, and it's got him on the leader card at this National Tour opener in 2016. The smooth and methodical Philo Brathwaite in for birdie 2. And Paul McBeth will tap in.
For me, it's time with my friends.
For me, it's a walk in the park.
For me, it's my job. Go in.
For me, it's all about the exercise.
For me, it fits into my busy lifestyle.
For me, it's my passion.
For us, it doesn't cost much to play.
For me, it's fun.
And Philo finds himself left of this elevated basket. There are 2 elevated baskets out on this course, this being the first. This is Paul McBeth with a Star Destroyer. And Paul hoping to get away from that protective tree on the right-hand side. And Sexton with his first backhand drive here of the round. He's within putting distance there. And Matteo with a little more power than needed. We're going to move down here on hole 5. Looking ahead, there's going to be a very significant backup on the par 4 hole number 6. In the meantime, we're going to listen to a word from our sponsor here at the 2016 Memorial Championships presented by Discraft.
Hi, my name is Mike Downs. I'm the events manager for the Professional Disc Golf Association. We are thrilled to be here in beautiful sunny Arizona for our first tour event of the National Tour season. It is one of 7 events on the National Tour this year that will wrap up with the Brent Hambrick Memorial in Columbus, Ohio in August. We hope you can stay with us this weekend and come out and enjoy some of the action, but if you can't, please check out the Memorial Championship on SmashBox.
And as I had mentioned a few moments ago, there's a very sizable backup over on hole number 6. That is the first of a few par 4s that we'll find on this Vista Del Camino XL layout, as they call it. Anthony Barella is on the tee. Nico Locastro had a frustrating day yesterday at the Fiesta Lakes course. Many may have seen a video or an Instagram by myself showing the leader card teeing off, and Nico unfortunately got off to a rough start, bogeying the short hole number 1, finding himself on an OB green. I know he's a fierce competitor, and he's going to be looking to gain those strokes back here today. And crushing a huge flex turnover shot is Locastro. That's going to set him up very well to attack that green for a possible birdie 3. Oregon's own Dustin Keegan, last to tee here. Keegan here off to a somewhat slow start, getting just one of the first 5 birdies. For those that are not familiar, as Matty O doesn't travel as much as he used to, he hails from Mobile, Alabama. He's been a very consistent player anytime that he shows up to the largest events. I believe Matty O has finished in the top 10 at the PDGA World Championships every year he has competed. And just short from putting that in from more than 40 feet. We see McBeth just 6 feet from the pin. This one tree on the right-hand side of the pin can be very challenging. However, McBeth is close enough that it shouldn't affect him. Simple straddle putt from inside 10 feet. No problems for Philo. Sexton off to a solid start here as well. Again, this is his first backhand. And Matty O with the lone par. As I mentioned, we have a long backup here over on hole number 6. We're going to listen to a few words from our sponsors, and then we will catch up with Madison Walker, who will be able to give us a little insight as to what she's seen in the first few holes on the second card. Stay tuned. You're watching live disc golf right here on SmashBoxxTV.
Hey there, I'm Keith Murray, Tournament Director of the Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. We're at Spinners on the Green in Scottsdale, Arizona. I just want to welcome everybody here to town. Good luck this week. Come by and see us at the shop. We got 10% off for all tournament competitors and even the folks coming out to watch. So check us out online as well, spinnersonthegreen.com, and have fun watching SmashBoxxTV.
For me, it's time with my friends.
For me, it's a walk in the park.
For me, it's my job. Go in.
For me, it's all about the exercise.
For me, it fits into my busy lifestyle.
For me, it's my passion.
For us, it doesn't cost much to play.
For me, it's fun.
5 seconds. Welcome back, everyone. We are here on the backup on hole number 6, and I'm joined by Madison Walker. Madison, you've been following the second card. How are they shooting?
So far, it's been solid. Johnny was the only one that went 4 for 5 on birdies. The rest of them went 3 for 5. So everyone's playing real solid, you know, nice, easy golf.
Seems like the flow has been moving along nicely, but then here we catch hole number 6. You know, we know we're going to see a big backup on 9. We know we're going to see a big backup on 14 and a few others, but not necessarily this one. How's the demeanor in the group? Is everyone, I mean, birdies are fun, so I would assume they're having a good time?
Yeah, Ricky got a little frustrated with the last couple of holes. Those were the 2 that he missed for the birdie. But, I mean, everyone's playing so solid, it's hard for him to be aggravated.
Well, and people are out there playing solid, having a good time. Our listeners and our viewers, everyone at home, we hope you're enjoying all of the action. Did we hear there's been a new coined phrase for the best player in the world?
Yes, I've been told. Actually, Paige was watching the live comments, and we hear of a new Paul McPants, which I'm a big fan of. So hopefully that will stick for a long time.
Well, I did mention the wardrobe choice. Paul is obviously a very clean-cut, organized, well-put-together gentleman when he's talking about wardrobes. I know he thinks about those types of things. You're from Florida. What do you think of the pants decision in 90-degree weather?
I mean, I was shocked when he walked out. I was like, that just seems, I don't know, a little over the top. But we know how Paul is. He likes to keep it over the top.
Well, he's going over the top, and he started out very strong. He's right now currently in sole place at 26 under par. We've got Sexton at 25, Philo Brathwaite at 24, and Matt Orum at 23. Do you have some scores for us on the second card?
Yeah, I think Johnny's sitting tied at 24 with Philo, and the other ones are Simon is at 23, Ricky's tied at 23 with Matt, and then Zach's at 21 tied with Anthony Barella, who I believe is on the third card.
All right, well, we're excited for the rest of the action. Now, some people may have seen you and a few of your friends welcome them to the memorial. You flopping around in a pool. Tell us what was going on there.
Wait, when?
They just saw it.
Oh, recently?
Very recently.
Oh, yes, it's been a lot, as much swimming as possible. We have a pool at our house that we're staying at, too, so we've been doing a lot of swimming.
All right, well, you and Jacqueline Halstead and Paige Pierce welcoming everyone to the coverage, and our good friend Steve Dodge, I think he was still on a banana phone in the background in case you didn't pick up on that. Now, you're excited about touring around the rest of the year. I got to ask, where are you going after this weekend?
Paige and I will both be going to the Virginia Team Invitational. Her family vacation is also next week as well, and we're both wrapped into that. We both need to go to that. But after that, we'll be in Texas for a few weeks, and then GBO comes after that.
All right, well, you're busy and you're playing some good golf. Again, congrats on the solid play today. I'm sure you're excited to get out there and give it another go at Fountain tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited to play there again because I love that place.
All right, well, that's Madison Walker. We're going to let her catch back up with the second card. She's going to continue to give us updates. And if you got any juicy stories or any more clever nicknames that we hear of for McBeth, we're going to have to hear them. Should we be starting a new hashtag?
Yeah, I think so. I think Paul McPants is one of the better hashtags of the year so far, but it is early, so we've got room.
All right, well, that's how we're kicking off the national tour right here at SmashBoxx. Thanks, Madison. So Madison, again, giving us some updates from the second card. Seems as if she's also in search of a very necessary water bottle as it's continuing to climb in temperatures out here. Right now, you're also watching the second card as they move down the fairway here on hole number 6. And as they do that, we'd like to send a special shout out to Miles Parkhill from Paragon Disc Golf. If you're interested, you can go out and get your very own SmashBoxxTV t-shirt. It should be out on his website, paragondiscgolf.com. Click on the store link and it'll bring it up for you. Got all the different sizes that you need for a nice, comfortable, breathable shirt. Again, thanks to Miles from Paragon Disc Golf. And McBeth, after a few skips, still finds himself inbounds. And Matty O playing a flex shot, which is heading toward the OB. However, I think that's going to stop for him and check up just before he gets to that OB line. Hole number 6 here measures in at 793 feet. This is the first par 4. After completing hole 6, there's a lengthy walk to move over to the back side of the course, which is only set up for the Memorial Championships week. We move on to another par 4 on hole number 7. As we move from 6 to 7 during that walk, we will be able to catch up with you and give you the reactions to that Los Angeles Times article, which was released just a few weeks ago. Again, our friends over at the Disc Golf Pro Tour, Steve Dodge, Joe Canali, and the rest of the group, providing some additional insight that you're going to see much more in depth for all of our Disc Golf Pro Tour broadcasts and beyond.
Come on, baby. It's a little short.
That's putting.
And Philo was out over the right-hand side of the OB. However, after hitting a tree and rolling, it still remains in bounds. At least I believe it did. I apologize. I may be incorrect there, but looked as if it remained inbounds there. And McBeth had called it right out of his hand. He knew that it may skip too much. He said, hit the basket, and it looks like it had done just that, sitting at more than 350 feet away, and a skip up toward the basket. It's pretty incredible. He's calling shots from 350 feet. Matty O is able to play the right side hyzer as well. It's a little bit of a kick, skip, and roll. He's going to be looking at a putt from there. Sexton's birdie putt is short. And the smooth stroke of Philo nets him a birdie 3. And Paul is indicating that he's going to stand down to the card over on what I believe is hole 13. Now he's going to fake us out. And he's in. And a birdie by Matt Orum. Nate Sexton, the only par 4 here. Off in the distance, we see our amateur world champion runner-up in Isaac McDonald was teeing over on hole number 14. That is the first of 2 par 4s in a row here. We're going to have a very lengthy walk over to hole number 7. As referenced earlier, we've got some reactions to the Los Angeles Times article, thanks to our friends at Disc Golf Pro Tour.
I think the LA Times article was a huge deal. You know, it's one of the biggest newspapers in all of U.S. You know, probably top 5 biggest in the whole country. Yeah, I've gotten, you know, feedback about it, you know, good, bad, and people were just really glad that I was honest about it. And, you know, they're like, it's creating rivalries and things like that, which, you know, internally, you know, us as pros, we know how we feel towards each other, and a lot of people don't get to see that. But, you know, the question that was asked was, who are my main competition? And I basically said the top 3 players in the world are myself, Ricky, and Will. And he asked, you know, well, would you like to say anything about these players? And, you know, just how Will and I are is like, you know, like Will and I don't really get along, so I don't really have anything to say about him, you know. And that kind of, he had his pen and paper, and that's what he wrote down and asked, can I say that? And it's like, it's up to you, you know. If you want to put that in there, if you think it fits in the article, sure.
I don't care too much, really. I mean, I've grown up. When I was 17 or 18, I was the #1 player in the world, and I traveled around with 3 other guys, and I've honestly have had stuff said about me, and it's just one of those things. You just kind of deal with it and go on. Not really too worried about it.
And what I said about Rick was, you know, Rick's a great player. He's one of those players that's going to win by 5 or 10 strokes, or if I feel like if I can keep it close with him, you know, then I feel like I, you know, have a chance to win. And like I said, he had his pen and paper and put it how he wanted, and, you know, I'm not going to deny that I didn't say that, you know, because that's obviously what I said, close to that.
That's definitely motivation, but I don't, you know, I try to stay away from the drama and that stuff, but, you know, it's definitely motivation. You know, I didn't read the whole article, but, you know, it's definitely, I don't know, I think it's good for the sport, you know. I really, you know, I'm not going to let it, you know, bring me down, but you know, that's all I can say is it's good for the sport. And yeah, it's definitely motivating me, you know, and that's, you know, that's not the only motivation I had this year is that article, but I mean, obviously, you know, it's there, and, you know, and you know, it's obviously, you know, I can't say that, you know, I love the article or hate it, but, you know, it's his feeling. So, you know, I can't really knock him for it. You know, that's the way he feels, and he has the right to feel that way because he's, you know, the previous years he has obviously had a great performance. But, you know, as you know, I'm putting all that aside for this year, and I'm really focused this year, and I'm really I'm feeling great and feeling the best I've felt in years.
Hey, this is Nate Doss. We've made the long walk, and now we're here on hole 7 at the Vista course here at the 2016 Memorial. This hole is a par 4, really the second of 2 par 4s. Hole 6 was a par 4, now we're on hole 7. This is about a 700 foot, 650, 700 foot par 4, long sweeping left-hand turn hole. Basically, the game plan here is to get the first one pretty much out there really as far as you can get it, and the next shot is just a nice, easy, wide open hyzer into the basket.
I'm Drew Gibson. You should have featured me on SmashBoxxTV.
Hey there, I'm Keith Murray, Tournament Director of the Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. We're at Spinners on the Green in Scottsdale, Arizona. I just want to welcome everybody here to town. Good luck this week. Come by and see us at the shop. We got 10% off for all tournament competitors and even the folks coming out to watch. So check us out online as well, spinnersonthegreen.com, and have fun watching SmashBoxxTV.
Hi, Patrick Brown here at the Memorial, getting ready to start the next NT, or the first NT of the season. We're here at Vista today, just getting a little practice in, watching Drew fish his disc out of the water. Just really looking forward to getting started for the new season. You know, picked up a new sponsor, Latitude 64 this year. So my off season was a month of learning a new bag. Really excited about the new plastic. Went into my first event and won by 15. So I feel pretty confident about it. Played a lot of wind out at the Otter Open at the Oaks course, the world's layout. Had a good weekend out there. Just really ready to get going and see what what'll happen in the NT here. Playing Masters this year. Hopefully we'll be me and Kenny up in the front, just doing what we do and having fun, keeping them flying, getting those birdies and stuff. Tour plans are pretty extensive. I'm going to be dabbling in the Disc Golf World Tour and also the Pro Tour. I'm going to actually get my first time at the Minnesota Majestic. I just got a notice from Kale that I got in, and super excited because I've never been there to see those fabulous courses. I mean, obviously we've all seen them on video, but I'll get to see them firsthand. You know, the whole
And Philo is off the tee, heading toward the right. And McBeth with a misfire. That should still work out for him, though. And Matty-O getting a pretty big skip here with his flow. Nate Sexton throwing a Star Destroyer. And Sexton also with a little bit early release there. We invite you to go out and share the link. Let everyone know that you're watching live disc golf here on SmashBoxxTV. Thank you guys for all of the comments and interactions, even if they do include wardrobe conversations about Mr. McBeth here. We're seeing a group of competitors moving the opposite direction here as they're moving from hole 12 back to hole number 13. As I mentioned earlier, these 6 holes found over on this side of the park are not typically in. So if you were to come out here and play the Vista Del Camino Course, you wouldn't necessarily see these baskets out here in these positions. This is set up for the Memorial Championships. Philo discussing options with his caddy, and both McBeth and Sexton on the opposite side of the fairway. Looks like Philo's going to be up to throw next. And Nate Sexton's forehand comes in short and right of the pin. Matty-O with a forehand that's gotten up and rolled to the right. And after two throws, McBeth is under the basket on this 618-foot hole. As we watch Matty-O approach his lie, we can look out over the pond that they'll be playing around for the next 5 holes, or I should say 4 out of the next 5 holes. And Matty with a considerable skip here, leaving himself close to 40 feet from the pin to this elevated basket. And another putt that is just a bit short. We've seen a number of those from our competitors here today. Philo is approximately 3 steps inside the circle, putting him at most 25 feet. And no problems for Philo as the gallery continues to grow here in this Friday afternoon action. After Sexton's Firebird approach, he's left with 10 to 12 feet. As I mentioned, Paul McBeth just a foot from the pin, and Matty-O will be taking the lone par here on hole number 7. Go out and share this with all your friends. We'd love to see more than 5,000 viewers here today. The action continues to heat up. We're through 7 holes. We're going to get into position for the beautiful hole number 8. We'll listen to a word from our sponsor and then bring you a whole preview. Stay tuned. You're watching live disc golf right here on SmashBoxxTV.
I'm Hannah Leatherman, and you're watching live disc golf on SmashBoxxTV.
Hole 8 at Vista Del Camino Park, 360 feet. With OB surrounding the green and the lake to the left, this hole is much more intimidating than it looks. If a player's first throw from the teeing area goes OB, they have two options: replay from the teeing area or play from where the disc went out of bounds.
Welcome back, everyone, to hole number 8. We have our second card. All 4 of the competitors have thrown their drives here on hole number 8. This is Johnny McRae putting for birdie 2. And just off the left side chain for McRae. Simon Lizotte, no problems for him. And quickly becoming known as one of the best lefties, if not currently the best lefty in the game, Zach Melton is in for the 2, as is Ricky Wysocki. And as the second card moves over to the ever-increasing backup that they'll find on hole number 9, we're going to have Philo Brathwaite here on 8. I believe Philo has a rock mid-range in his hands. And Philo's looking for that to get up and over, and it skips toward the pin. McBeth holding both a Rock 3 and a Nova in his hands. We'll see what he's going to go with. Very calm winds here, which is uncharacteristic. And Paul with his smooth release looking to head track right to the pin, and it stops there nicely. I believe we're going to see a forehand Firebird out of Sexton. Nate Sexton clears the water easily. We see Matt Orum with a Latitude Mercy. And with a beautiful fading turnover, Matty O's put himself easily on the green. And as we make our transition back toward the green, here's some live scoring. Thanks to our partners over at the Professional Disc Golf Association. Huge shout out to both Michael Downs as well as Marty Gregoire, who are on site here at this PDJ National Tour event. I know all hands are on deck this week, and two of the hardest working guys you'll find in disc golf. Again, thanks to them and the rest of the Professional Disc Golf Association. As we see Philo and the rest of the players move over to the green, I'm looking beyond at hole number 9, which as expected has a 15 to 20 minute backup. We're going to see if we can bring you some additional coverage of the other groups here. However, please be patient. More than 15 to 20 minute backup here on hole 9. Considerable cheer here for Philo on his birdie. Nate within 25 feet of the pin. And Nate Sexton's in. Matty O left with 25 feet at most as well. Matty O converts with his Judge putter. And Paul McBeth making it look easy here on hole number 8, 360-foot downhill with just a 3-foot tap in. We've got a number of things lined up for you, including some great interviews that we had and catching up with our players over the past few days. Let's see what they had to say now. Stay tuned. You're watching live disc golf right here on SmashBoxxTV.
Hey, this is Nate Doss. I'm excited to be here at the 2016 Memorial Championship in Scottsdale, Arizona. It's been a great off-season so far. Had a lot of just some really nice time off, which was a huge thing. You know, it's always nice to not have to play for a little bit, but it's been great to you know, over the last about month or so, I've been really working on my game, getting out into the field, throwing a little bit. Luckily, the snow melted up in Bend, Oregon for us. Personally, I've been doing quite a bit of brewing craft beer. I do home brewing and, you know, trying to perfect my recipes for eventually, you know, hopefully being a professional brewer someday. So that's been really a lot of fun. And, you know, one of the biggest things that I released this year was the Nate Doss Junior Grant Program. Really, it's been a dream of mine for a long time to hopefully support young people in their dream of getting to the World Championship. And a couple weeks ago, we released that, and we've already got like 12 or 13 applications. So really super proud of that. On my way to my goal of getting 20. But yeah, I'm really excited for 2016. It's gonna be a great year. A lot of new stuff going on, different tours, different tournaments, and I'm really looking forward to something new. And so yeah, it's been a great off season. I'm looking forward to a great 2016.
And Kale Laviska going with a huge hyzer out and around here on hole number 9. Many of these players just want to take the water out of play. If they've got the arm for it, they go up and around with the hyzer. And opting to go up and over the water. That's fading quickly. That's got to hit a tree or it's going to be in the water. And that is the end result. Approximately 25 feet out off the waters, or the embankment that is. This is Paul Ulibarri. And Paul was caught up. He is much shorter than he was hoping for. This is Discraft owned Tim Barham. All right, and Tim also with the big hyzer out and around. As these guys make their way down the fairway, we're going to hang out. I believe we're going to catch up with Madison Walker again shortly. We'll also be talking with Miles Parkhill from Paragon. We would love to send a shout out for Bella Ward, the 5-year-old girl out of New Jersey. You can check her out on our Facebook page, Battle for Bella. We hope and wish you the best, Bella. Thanks for tuning in and being a fan of SmashBoxx and taking in all the live disc golf. And again, in just a few moments, we're going to catch up with our good friend of the show and of SmashBoxx. That is, of course, Miles Parkhill. And there you have it again, as I said, Miles Parkhill of Paragon. How are we doing today, buddy?
Nice and warm, nice and toasty.
Like myself, you're out of the Midwest, so would you consider this a vacation, or are you doing too much work while we're back at the house?
Some people think it's vacation, but it's work.
Well, you've been doing a lot of different things for clubs, disc golf organizations, teams, you name it. What are some of the things that people can look to have you help them with over at Paragon?
Club deals, bag tags, helping out your sponsors, making T signs, banners, pretty much anything you need for your event.
And then also, just like this event, will you show up and help provide by walking around with a cooler?
Yes, when that's needed, yes.
All right. We know that you're missing some loved ones back home as you're taking in all the action here. Anything you'd like to say to everyone back home?
Hi, Courtney and Drew. Hope you're doing good. We'll see you soon.
Are you going to tell everyone at your shop to get back to work instead of watching this?
Yeah, get back to work. Print some T-shirts.
All right, there you have it. That is Miles Parkhill of Paragon Disc Golf. He's been a huge asset out here the last few years. Big supporter of SmashBoxxTV, and we appreciate everything you do for us.
Thank you.
Thank you, pal. In just a few moments, we're going to catch up with Madison Walker. As you can see, we're here on hole number 9. This is traditionally a very large backup. What happens is that there's OB on the left-hand side, so once players find themselves in the water, that creates the backup along with the walk that they have to do on this right-hand side. This is what some would consider is a tweener hole. Not quite an easy 3, but certainly going to challenge them in every aspect with both water and OB right and left. We're going to be back with you in just a few moments when we can catch up with Madison Walker.
Hole 9 at Vista Del Camino Park, 509 feet. Most players play it safe with a giant hyzer. This leaves the player with a short approach or a long putt, with the water not far behind the basket.
Hello, I'm Johnny McRae. You're watching SmashBoxxTV. We're out here at Fountain Hills. Enjoy.
One take wonder?
I hope so.
All right. Steve Dodge, the director of the Pro Tour.
So, do you guys need to hug it out on camera real quick?
I think we're. I'm joined here in studio with Steve Dodge, the Pro Tour tournament. You're not the tournament director, tour director. All right.
But you're still joined here with me.
Yeah.
We're not conjoined. Jenny does not think I'm funny.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fine, it's fine. I'm taking a moment to step inside the Pro Tour SmashBoxx Studios. Do you like that?
That doesn't sound right at all.
No.
Pro Tour Studios.
Pro Tour Studios, okay. Stepping inside the Pro Tour Suites, I'm joined here by our tournament. All right, ready?
What's the most number of takes you've ever had?
Stepping inside the Pro Tour Suite.
I say I'm joined by Terry,
No.
and now he's going to
No.
interview me?
No.
I've joined Terry.
All right. Stepping inside the Pro Tour suites, I'm joined by Steve Dodge, the tournament. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are joined by our field reporter in Madison Walker, and I know we just spoke with you a couple holes ago, but what are you seeing on the live scoring, whether it's the second card or beyond?
Well, right now we're on a 4-card backup, I'm sure you already know, so we've had a lot of time to just kind of hang out, catch up with everybody. As far as the scoring, everything seems to be pretty much the same. Everyone's still kind of holding it up with pars, and there's a couple bogeys, but so far so good. Very solid.
I just had very clumsily mentioned this being like kind of a tweener hole between a 3 and a 4 for some of our top players. Challenging to attack, to go after that too, but yet you see plenty of 3s and 4s. How did you attack it when you were out here this morning?
When we played, or at least when my card played, we had a left to right crosswind, so a lot of players were going for the safe hyzer. I tried to do an anhyzer between the 2 pine trees, and it didn't work out very well, but I still saved the 4.
Now, this morning when you guys were out here, what was the weather like as opposed to what everyone's experiencing right now?
About the same, but just minus about 20 degrees. It was a real light breeze. It was really nice. You didn't have to shade hop like we've been doing all afternoon.
So if you wanted to give a pro tip for someone that was out here in this hot sun beating down, what are some of the things that someone can do in a very long, grueling round like we'd have today?
We actually, Zoe, one of the girls that we're staying with, Zoe and Dyke, everyone knows, she, had some issues with heat when we first got here, and we got her with one of those cold towels that you keep wet, and she said that helped a whole bunch. We have people with umbrellas, that'll help a little bit, but I really just try to play to the shade, more so than the middle of the fairway.
Who needs the fairway? I believe that's actually a master's trick. They talk about them playing from shaded spot to shaded spot. Now, on the women's side, can you give us any updates? I'm not sure if you are aware of all of the scores, but what are we looking at on the women's side for tomorrow's final round in the top card?
I think Kat has the lead by 1 right now. And I actually don't, I was looking at mine the whole time because I was trying to make the jump back into the final, so I did not pay attention.
No, that's understandable. When you're out here, everybody talks about having either thinking about scores or not, whether it's adding pressure or if you just play your own game and you don't worry about the scores. Are you telling me you're someone that worries about the scores or not so much? Not during the round?
No. I don't like to know my own score. I don't like to know anyone else's score. I did keep live scoring yesterday, but I just try not to look at it. I know a lot of people do like to keep their score to the very last hole all the way to the very end, but I am not like that at all.
Are you thinking about butterflies and clouds?
Yeah, pretty much the whole time. Lately it's been hummingbirds and egrets.
Now, you mentioned that during our broadcast the other day that you're trying to hone in on your hummingbird knowledge. How does one go about practicing that? Anything specific? Just listening to various. Do you have an app? Do you have a hummingbird app?
Duh. Yes, and there's a whole bunch of different ones. We only have one species in Pensacola that we see often, so I saw a whole bunch of new ones since I've been here.
That's living large on the tour, folks, when you know that you've got your hummingbirds dialed in. All right, that's Madison Walker. I believe we're going to be able to see, I think the 3rd card is up on the box here. We've got KJ Nybo. We're going to watch these guys tee off. Thanks, Madison, for the updates.
You're welcome.
And KJ Nybo out and around. Next is Anthony Barella, who's been tearing it up this round. And although he wasn't pleased with the tee shot initially, it seems as if it's filtered down. Dustin Keegan, 3rd on the tee. And again, another safe, conservative shot out and around on the right-hand side. I would say approximately 1 out of every 4 players takes the riskier route. We all know Nico is unique to his own strategies and plays here. I'm guessing he's going big for you. And Nico with a turnover that had very little chance. He's hoping for that to possibly take some kind of cut roll so he doesn't find himself OB into 10's fairway. And it has been confirmed Nico is in fact OB long. I'll go ahead and give another second card update as our third card moves down the fairway. Johnny McRae sitting at 26 under par. Simon Lizotte at 25 under. Ricky Wysocki at negative 24 and Zach Melton at negative 23. And it sounds as if in just a moment or two we're going to have Paige Pierce joining us. Sorry, Paige, doing a dance, making sure that I know I'm on the correct side here. First of all, welcome everyone. This is Paige Pierce. Paige, we just caught up with Madison Walker. She didn't know all of the scores or the details on the women's side on the leader card. Do you know any of those for her? I know you're in there.
I know I'm one back. Okay. That's all I know.
All right, so it doesn't really matter. You got the final round to play tomorrow. We're heading back out to the Fountain Course. What are you looking to do out there?
Keep it in bounds at all costs. Keep it in bounds through 9 holes and then just play aggressively as I can. Try to get hopefully 5 of the last 9 birdies would be awesome.
Now, yesterday you entered into the Fiesta Lakes round with a 4-stroke deficit, but then you went home with a 1-stroke lead. Tell us about that round and how it broke down for you.
Fiesta has a lot of birdies and a lot of OB. All these courses do, so it's easy to go from a 2 to a 4, and 1-4 can easily be erased. So, it was like a mental battle. I dinked like a 15-footer on hole 2, and I just told myself like that's not how this round's gonna go. And I think I got one other 4, but it was on the par 4. So there's lots of birdies to be had, and I was lucky enough to get quite a few of them.
Yeah, you certainly capitalized, and we watched you maintain throughout. It seemed as if there were some up and down patches throughout the round and within the group, and you just kind of really dialed it in and had a solid round. Now, you're uncertain as to who's possibly in 3rd and 4th at the moment?
I want to say it's Jennifer Allen.
Okay. Sarah Holcomb, Zoe Endike, they're right there. They were in the mix.
No, I know Zoe dropped quite a few. So I know she's not on the lead card. I think Sarah still is. And I want to say Jennifer Allen jumped up and took Zoe's spot.
Okay. All right. So heading out to the Fountain. Now, do you have a super early round tomorrow, or is it a little bit later?
We don't know yet. They haven't been posting tee times until about 9 o'clock. So hopefully it's not super early.
Okay. Well, we wish you the best luck. I know I ask you this every year. Do you remember how many times you've won this tournament?
4.
Oh, you know now.
This will be number 5.
All right. Well, she's going for her 5th title out here at the Memorial Championships. This, of course, is your 3-time world champion in Paige Pierce. We wish you the best of luck, and thanks for everything you're doing out here.
Thank you very much.
All right. Hey, I have to ask, since we didn't talk to you yesterday, anything you need to say to all the Smashies out there?
Oh, thanks you guys for watching. Thank you guys for covering us yesterday. I know I saw some haters talking about why are you filming the girls, but we appreciate it, so thank you.
All right. Well, there you go. Taylor Swift says it. Hate is going to hate. I don't know. Anyway, we were honored to be out there yesterday following around with a women's card at Fiesta Lakes during the afternoon round. And we wish Paige and the rest of the women the best of luck tomorrow. So Simon Lizotte hanging out. I think he's getting ready. It won't be long before the second card will be teeing off. And so Simon's a very friendly and very friendly and talkative guy. I think we've got a guy here in Simon Lizotte. He is your world distance record holder. And the question was, how many people in Germany are watching? You tell us.
I hope 20.
20, okay.
I don't know. And I want to say hi and thanks for supporting me. I notice it. Appreciate it.
Well, Simon, now, do you want to talk a little bit about your round, or should we leave that for after the fact?
Doing fantastic.
All right, he's doing fantastic. What's been your highlight? You just got to the U.S. A few weeks ago. This weather, your play, what's been the highlight so far in the last few weeks?
Pretty much the weather. I went straight to California, and coming from Germany where it was snowing and raining like pretty much every day, it was just so great to walk out in shorts and t-shirt again and throw some discs. And I've been playing every day since, and yeah, feeling good actually.
You say you've been playing every day, but yet I haven't seen that many trick shots.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Too busy.
Too busy for the trick shots?
Just on the road, on the move, or practicing for tournaments, and then warming up, and then playing tournaments. It's just been pretty much nonstop so far. But there's a couple ideas out there, and I think we're going to be, it's going to be a fun year.
All right. Now, speaking of fun year, next weekend, I know you're focused now, but next weekend the World Tour kicks off.
Yeah.
You got to be excited about that.
I am, but I checked the weather, and it looks like it's going to rain, which is really weird for LA. Yeah. It rains like 10 days a year or something. And yeah, the forecast is looking not that great, like high 60s and rain. So I hope they're wrong.
All right. Well, they are most of the time. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to let you get back to it. You're going to give us a quick strategy here on this hole?
Heiser.
All right, that's Simon Lizotte. We hear a big eruption from a solid putt there down on the green by Anthony Barella. Very solid shot, and Barella continues to roll here today. And in just a few moments, we're going to see the second card, again with Zach Melton, Ricky Wysocki, Johnny McRae, and Simon Lizotte. He says he's going Heiser. I'm guessing he's just going to need one Heiser for this one. We're going to be back with some more live action here. Thanks for tuning in. You're watching Live Disc Golf on SmashBoxxTV. Conservative Heiser by Ricky Wysocki. And Johnny McRae also with a very safe conservative shot out to the right-hand side. Again, very challenging for these players to attack the green unless they're going with a flex shot out over the water. Many of them will just play far right and play for the 3. I'd like to again thank Madison Walker for her updates as well as co-commentating with me during our opening round on Wednesday, and Paige Pierce and the rest of the crew. Anyone that steps in and wants to give us some updates and information, we appreciate all of them doing as such. We're going to be able to rotate around and look just over past Philo here, as we're going to be able to see a few of the competitors putting out on hole number 12. Looks like hole 12 is the final hole on this side of the course before they make a long journey back to 13. Off in the distance, I see Pete Ulibarri, Paul's brother. And now that the second card has successfully completed hole 9, we're going to get back to our action. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoying all of the live coverage here today. This is going to be hopefully the biggest backup of the day. I expect another one around hole 15. Paul McBeth next on the tee. And McBeth's going to need that to drop down very quickly. That's heading toward the left-hand side. And hits the tree. He's going to be safe and in bounds. It's one of the closest drives we've seen here out of the last 4 groups. And Sexton's forehand puts him safely in the center of the fairway. And Matty O throwing his flow. He's going to need a little bit of help there. And with too much hyzer, he's out into the drink. We're going to have a lengthy walk with these guys down toward the green. And in the meantime, we're going to have a check-in with a few words from our sponsors and other supporters. You're watching live disc golf right here on SmashBoxxTV. And after Philo found himself up in the tree, he's throwing a forehand here to approach the pin. And again, the PDGA present in so many different ways here, using the leaderboard, able to help retrieve Philo's disc. Approach shot here by Nate Sexton. I am going to get a clarification as to if it's a 2-meter rule or not. I believe that it is. However, I didn't want to misspeak until I could clarify. And Matty O almost saves the penalty stroke here. And McBeth's attempt is left and short. As I mentioned earlier, Matty O is putting with a Judge putter. And Philo with a solid putt. We'll confirm on those penalties, but I believe we had 2 pars and 2 bogeys here on hole number 9. We are only halfway through today's round. We knew it was going to be a long one. We're also going to have a nice gallery as we move over to hole 10. All right, we're going to move over here to hole 10. We've got a hole preview for you. Stay tuned. You're watching live disc golf right here on SmashBoxxTV. McBeth looking for more air underneath that. That is not going to have the hang time he was looking for. It will work, however, he was looking for a higher, wider anhyzer off the tee. And no surprise that one of the most proficient rollers in the game of disc golf lays down a beautiful shot here. And the crowd applauds. And a laser release here by Philo. Definitely excited about that. Solid shot by Philo. Come back after that bogey 4. Matteo also setting up for a roller. And that continues to roll a mile. Matteo looking for that to finish. And what a huge shot by Matteo. Crushing it here on hole number 10. This par 4 measuring in at 683 feet. Matteo's going to be sitting very nicely for a short up and down. Capitalize on that magnificent roller. We know it's Friday and you're not doing much work out there, so make sure you're tuned in and watching us live on Smashbox. Go out and invite your mom, your dad, all your cousins, whether someone loves disc golf or not. Send them over to SmashBoxxTV. We've got approximately 9 holes remaining here in this third round of the 2016 Memorial Championships. I'm your host, Terry Miller, the Disc Golf Guy. We've got our amazing cameramen and crew. Gary to the O working his robotic transformer action here off the tee. Joe Hyde on our catch cam. Johnny V back at the studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yes, in fact, bringing you all this coverage with a 4-man crew, as well as additional support and help from our wonderful Smashies out there, including Rick. We appreciate all the help with the graphics, Rick. We're glad you guys could tune in. Philo has put himself in a very nice position here off his long tee shot. And with a slight right to left wind pushing here, Philo has given it a little more power than he was hoping for. Sexton setting up nicely for a glow Firebird second shot. And with finesse and just the right amount of touch, Nate Sexton dials it in here on the approach. McBeth looking to do the same. And hashtag McPants is approached nicely. And Matty O playing the side embankment there. These guys are really making it look easy here. This hole is much more challenging than you would think at nearly 700 feet with OB both left and right. And by the way, they are dissecting it, making it look a lot easier than it really is. And albeit a bit long on the approach, Philo is able to still take the birdie threer with a solid putt. And in very impressive fashion, all four of our competitors have taken birdie threes here on hole number 10. We're going to have a lengthy walk to move over to hole 11 as we are at the furthest point outward from the course. We're going to be back with you in a few minutes after a word from our sponsors and updates with some of our top players. Making his Masters National Tour debut, Shasta Chris, the Team DGA. It's going to be a big year for you, buddy. Tell everyone what's going on.
Like you said, yeah, last week at the Gentlemen's Club Challenge was my first Masters event, so it's kind of starting to sink in a little bit. You know, I'm the baby out there.
We have caught up with Don Smith earlier, and he said that he's excited about the new year. Everybody kind of gets a little rejuvenation, I think, once they hit that age. Instead of over the hill, it's like, instead, let's get on to the next chapter. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I would say so, but it was definitely a good dose of reality this weekend. The play was stellar. As usual, all the guys were bombing further than me, and even when I go to Masters, so it's great. No, but it is. It's a newfound freshness. I'm happy to play with some guys I haven't played with for a while, and tired. Yeah, I don't have to play with the little kids anymore. You know?
Well, and wherever you go, you're going to find formidable competitors. You're talking about your Patrick Browns, your Barry Schultzes, your Ken Klymos, wherever you go. It doesn't really get any easier in Masters. Just maybe a different conversation on the card. Would that be the difference?
Yes, for sure, definitely. Yep. Been part of the few of the ailment conversations, of course. Started off with a little bit of a sore back in my first tournament, but I'm feeling good now. So.
All right. So first event on the national tour. Are we going to see you touring throughout the rest of the season as extensively as in the past?
Yeah, I'm going to be hitting up some of the big ones. I'm still figuring out the summer tour, but definitely plan on being at Worlds and Emporia and the Ledgestone for sure, and Masters Cup, Beaver State Fling, and that's my schedule's kind of planned through there so far. So.
All right.
Yep.
Well, this is Shasta Chris. We're going to see plenty of him on the national tour. We're getting things kicked off right here at the 2016 Memorial Championships, presented by Discraft.
Hey there, I'm Keith Murray, Tournament Director of the Memorial Championship, presented by Discraft. We're at Spinners on the Green in Scottsdale, Arizona. I just want to welcome everybody here to town. Good luck this week. Come by and see us at the shop. We got 10% off for all tournament competitors and even the folks coming out to watch. So check us out online as well, spinnersonthegreen.com, and have fun watching SmashBoxxTV.
For me, it's time with my friends.
For me, it's a walk in the park.
For me, it's my job. Go in. Oh.
For me, it's all about the exercise.
For me, it fits into my busy lifestyle.
For me, it's my passion.
For us, it doesn't cost much to play.
For me, it's fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to hole number 11 out here at the Vista Del Camino Course. Joining me now is our PDGA Events Manager, Michael Downs. And Michael, we've gotten through some of the backups, and we're about to have the leader card tee off, but there's a lot of moving parts at this tournament. How are things going on your end?
Really well, actually. Things are going fantastic. You know, we're really happy the weather's cooperating with us. We've had pretty large galleries out here for a midweek couple of rounds, so we're thrilled with the way things are going so far.
We've had great viewership out there, and as you stand next to me, I'd like to remind everyone, SmashBox New 20 gets you 20% off of your PDGA membership if you're a new member. We're growing and expanding, and we're gearing up for another big year. Are you excited?
I can't be more excited, actually. The rate at which we're growing is phenomenal, so putting on an event like this and watching the superstars do their thing is only going to make it better for us. So.
All right. Well, again, that's Michael Downs, him and Marty Gregoire doing a ton of work out here representing the PDGA and the rest of us players. We appreciate it. I believe we got hashtag McPants. He's ready to go here on hole number 11. Great shot by Paul McBeth, staying in the center of the fairway. And the smooth backhand destroyer shot by Nate Sexton. Just a bit left. I think we're going to see the same from Philo Brathwaite. And Philo with a slight flip up, trying to get that all out. Also, center fairway. This is Matty O with his enforcer. And Matty O up on the right-hand side knows that was close, however, filters down nicely. Safe to say that the incredibly hot temperatures have started to mellow out here as we're making the turn. A few moments ago, we were at the furthest point away from the start of the course. I believe it is a full mile. If you were to walk from hole number 11's tee all the way back to hole number 18's tee, that is exactly a 1 mile stretch. We hope you're gearing up for championship Saturday. It's going to be an incredible day out there tomorrow. We will, of course, be at the Fountain Hills. We're looking for tee-off approximately 1 hour earlier than we've seen the rest of the week. I believe they are currently scheduled for a 12:56 tee-off. Sexton able to keep it low with his forehand shot. That should put him just short of circle's edge here on hole number 11. This is also a par 4. And perfectly threading the needle here with his Star Destroyer is Philo's second shot. That's going to leave him with a birdie attempt. Matty O lining up a forehand shot here. And Matty has found himself crossing the path, and he is in fact going to be OB from there. McBeth with a forehand out around the OB. And he's looking for a little bit more roll, however, that he should have a putt from there. I'd like to thank everyone giving us their feedback and suggestions. We ultimately are putting out the best product that we can. However, anytime we have the suggestions on a slight technical aspect, in terms of our audio and video quality, we do sincerely appreciate it, and we'll do our best to get those resolved for you. And if you are interested, you're always welcome to go check out smashbox.tv/support. From there, you can click on the link. Anything you'd like to donate, possibly, to help contribute to our cause, we would gladly appreciate it. Or, if you're looking for something when you're making a contribution, you can go out to Paragon Disc Golf. You will find a store button from there. Click on a t-shirt, SmashBox TV t-shirt, of course. Pick one up today, and you can be stepping inside the Smashbox yourself. We appreciate all support. And Philo frustrated with himself with a very rare air ball from inside 25 feet. Philo making sure that his putting stroke is on.
Hole 12 at Vista Del Camino Park, 363 feet. With 321 feet uphill to clear the gunite, many players risk the out of bounds to go for that 2, hoping at worst they'll score a circle 3. And McBeth with a very awkward non-official call. It seems as if he may in fact be OB, however it's tough to determine. Nate Sexton throwing second. And a great shot here by Nate Sexton.
And Philo throwing a rock mid-range here, up and over. And a big flex shot there by Matty O. He's going to find himself past the basket with a comeback putt. I'd like to again extend a warm invitation to everyone to tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 p.m. Central, where we will have our third and final wrap-up podcast. We've done so the last 2 evenings with some of our best golfers stopping by to give us their daily interactions and recap out on the course. We invite you to do the same. Again, 8 p.m. we'll be shooting from Duke's Sports Bar and Grill, located just off the corner of the Vista Del Camino Course. And Matty O's putt hits the basket and rolls toward the OB. And after a few deep breaths, Philo dials it in here for his birdie putt. Philo trying to make some understanding and logic of the missed shorter putt, however making that longer one. McBeth is in fact out of bounds, and he finds himself at almost exactly 31 feet. This is to save par. And high left chain for McBeth. Somewhat of a double mistake here by going both OB and not making from inside the circle. McBeth visibly frustrated with himself after that putt. Matty O's got a little bit of work to do here. This is to save his par. And he too will be taking a bogey 4 here on this uphill 363-foot hole number 12. And Nate Sexton has found himself within 12 feet of the basket. And Nate looking for a little love. I think everyone was somewhat dejected here after they've seen a few bad breaks. We've got Philo and Sexton with birdies and 2 bogeys. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We are 2/3 of the way through this course. This is the 2016 Memorial Championships presented by Discraft. It's been an amazing day out here. The winds are still calm, the sun is setting, and the temperatures are going down. Thanks to all of our help over at the PDGA, we're going to present to you a PDGA Flickr account with some of the best photos you'll find in disc golf. We've got a long walk to get back over to hole 13. Sit back, enjoy the show. We'll be back with you in a few moments.
Let's go to the river. Let's go to the creek. Let's go down in the water and cool up this hot week. Let's go down to the river. Let's go to the lake. Let's burn a fire and give this scene a break. Let's get out of the city. Let's go running the street. Let's sit down in the holy water where the air is clear and clean. Maybe Sebby, you could grab some firewood, and me and V will take care of the booze. And Hannah and Brian will be the good company. Let's go to the river. Let's go to the lake. Let's drink some holy water and get ourselves all bathed. Let's go to the river. Let's go to the creek. Let's go down in the water and cool up this hot week. Grab the old guitar and your mama's blanket and a book about serial killers that I can read. And don't forget to bring if you stay in the smog, then I'm better off dead. Let's go to the water, let's race against the machine. Let's go out to the country where the sky is blue and the grass is green. First I take my shoes off, then I take my socks off. It doesn't even matter, there are rocks that we can jump off. Try and stop me, nobody can stop me. Coconut juice is spilling down my body. Let's go to the gutter, let's go down to the tray. Let's get the hell out of here before we drive ourselves insane. Let's go to the river. Let's go to the creek. Let's go down in the water and wash up this dirty week. Let's go to the water. Let's go to the water.
One take wonder.
I hope so.
All right. Steve Dodge, the director of the Pro Tour.
So, do you guys need to hug it out on camera real quick?
I think we're. I'm joined here in studio with Steve Dodge, the Pro Tour tournament. You're not the tournament director, tour director. All right.
But you're still joined here with me.
Yeah.
We're not conjoined. Jenny does not think I'm funny.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fine, it's fine. I'm taking a moment to step inside the Pro Tour SmashBox Studios. Do you like that?
That doesn't sound right at all.
No.
Pro Tour Studios.
Pro Tour Studios, okay. Stepping inside the Pro Tour suites, I'm joined here by our tournament. All right, ready?
What's the most number of takes you've ever had?
Stepping inside the Pro Tour suite.
I say I'm joined by Terry,
No.
and now he's going to
No.
interview me?
No.
I've joined Terry.
All right. Stepping inside the Pro Tour suites, I'm joined by Steve Dodge, the tournament. Nate's telling us he got lucky on that drive. And with a slight left to right wind pushing, we see Philo go straight up the middle here. McBeth going in with a high, wide hyzer out to the right-hand side, throwing a destroyer. It looks like it has hit the tree and then trickled into the water on the right-hand side. And Matty O is going to flirt with the trees on the right-hand side as well. He's throwing his white enforcer, and the spotter is running it down. I should say strolling it down, one of our volunteers who's been out here for all day. And he has found himself out of bounds as well. So 2 OB shots here on hole number 13's tee. I believe I saw Steve Rico play this hole recently. Let's see how he does it.
I'm Steve Rico, and this is how I play hole 13.
McBeth confirming that he is in fact out. And McBeth will take another bogey here. And Sexton says his half run didn't work out that way. A little heavy on the pro side, as some would say. And Matty O able to save his 3 here after going OB on hole number 13. Solid putt. Philo approves, gives the high 5. Or shall I say the side 5. Philo's a pretty tall guy. And McBeth with back-to-back bogeys here. From what I can tell on the scoring, it seems as if him and Johnny McRae may be tied at the moment. However, we're waiting on the second card. We'll give you his information as quickly as we possibly can. We have a very tight race here. Matty O saving his par with a huge putt. We're moving over to the next par 4 found on hole number 14. Looking over at the Team Green Cafe food and drinks over in the open air shelter area. They provide a number of food and beverages. I believe it is all in fact donation based. They come out here, they've been out here for a number of years working on refreshing all of our players. It's been a really great addition. We'd like to thank them for being here as part of the event and part of the staff. Also like to thank Sierra Nevada Brewing, who has stepped up and is a major sponsor here for the 2016 Memorial Championships. And as I mentioned a few moments ago with that bogey, McBeth finds himself in a 3-way tie for first place. Nate Sexton, Johnny McRae, and Paul McBeth all currently knotted up at 29 under par. Philo Brathwaite at 28. And Sexton not particularly pleased. However, he's out in the center of the fairway. And Philo with a destroyer shot. There is a mandatory on the right-hand side and also OB left. And the growing gallery out here really enjoys the shot. He says that it's boring. However, it was a perfectly executed shot. Matty O with a similar looking shot, maybe a little bit more distance to that. He needs it to stop before it gets to the OB line, and it's done that. And McBeth also with a shot into the center. I realize there are some questions as to the teeing area here. You'll find on a lot of the holes out here at both Vista and Fountains Course. You will know that, you will realize that you are actually able to tee from the left or right. The concrete surface has been used for a number of years, but they also, at this particular tournament, set aside a few extra feet, usually on one side or other of the tee, that was the case here, so there were no foot faults per se. As Nate Sexton lines up for his second shot, I'm looking up over yonder to hole 15's tee area. Looks backed up. And with precision, we see Nate Sexton in a forehand. I think he was looking for a little more power on that one. And looking for some skip to carry towards the pin. McBeth's going to be short and left. And Philo also looking for a little extra carry. Matty O clipping the lower side of one of these tree branches. Slightly fades left and short. Nate Sexton from nearly 60 feet for the birdie 3. Matty O's birdie attempt is short. And just left of the pole, but good for McBeth. He's going to retain a share of the lead here after Sexton's long birdie putt. And Philo is also in for a birdie 3. That's going to leave Matty O with the only par here. Again, I look over to hole 15 and I see the group with Anthony Barella and others as they're moving down the fairway, which means we're going to have the lengthy backup that we expected. So there you have it. We are through 14 holes. We're going to move on to another par 4. However, there is a backup. There always is. It's a very challenging shot that pushes more than 700 feet. The sun has just about set. It's gorgeous out here. There are no clouds in the sky that we have to worry about anyway. We're looking for a beautiful end of today, and we're going to move out to Fountain Hills tomorrow. If you want drama in disc golf, it's right here. You're watching SmashBoxxTV. We're going to be back with you in a few minutes after a word from our sponsors and interviews with our top players.
Hey there, I'm Keith Murray, Tournament Director of the Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. We're at Spinners on the Green in Scottsdale, Arizona. I just want to welcome everybody here to town. Good luck this week. Come by and see us at the shop. We got 10% off for all tournament competitors and even the folks coming out to watch. So check us out online as well, spinnersonthegreen.com, and have fun watching SmashBoxxTV.
For me, it's time with my friends.
For me, it's a walk in the park.
For me, it's my job. Go in. Oh.
For me, it's all about the exercise.
For me, it fits into my busy lifestyle.
For me, it's my passion.
For us, it doesn't cost much to play.
For me, it's fun.
And we have caught up with the second card here as they're throwing their tee shots on hole number 15. Leaders Johnny McRae first to tee. One of our three. And I believe Zach Melton was looking to go wider than that. However, it's going to finish up on the hillside. And this may be one of the longest rollers you will see here on this hole. Simon Lazat's going to be happy with that. Great effort by Simon. Thank you. Wysocki also with a roller. And that was, in fact, not my disc golf broadcasting creeper voice. That was Simon Lizotte, who whispered in the microphone, "Thank you." As we watch the second card move on down the fairway, we see Johnny McCragen at 30 under, Ricky Wysocki at 27 under, Simon Lizotte at 26, and Zach Melton at 21 under par. And off our leader card we are featuring here today, Sexton and McBeth both at 30 under par, Philo Brathwaite at 29, and Matty O at 23. So, as expected, a very tightly contested race here. We're looking forward to Championship Saturday out at Fountain Hills. We're looking at approximately at a 1 p.m. tee-off tomorrow afternoon. Both tomorrow and today, and anytime you're watching SmashBoxxTV, we invite you to take pictures. Let us know exactly how you step inside the SmashBox. Are you watching it on a phone, tablet, 100-inch television, or home theater perhaps? Maybe you're in a movie theater. Wherever it is, however you're doing it, take some pictures. We'd love to see it. We may have a special prize for the largest group tomorrow that is taking it in as a SmashBox party. We want you to treat it like a Super Bowl party and beyond. And our commercials cost much less. Well, we'll say, yeah, a fraction less than what you'd find at the Super Bowl. But I think they're a lot better. There are a number of B, both left side, with some uneven second shot. 5 championships. Name a few. For your very own, Philo opting for an air shot. He's going to find right in the center of the fairway. It's on the we're at the very end here with you as we work through a Mike Gibbs. He's yelling for more. And McBeth has put himself past the basket here on this par 4. And Philo almost in disbelief as he continues to drain the long putts. That coming in just short of 40 feet. And somehow that putt comes out for Matty O. And sits down for Nate Sexton. And Philo with a pure shot right up the middle. And looking for a little world champ love there. McBeth clips the tree branches on the right-hand side. And Matty O with a laser. It does filter a little bit for him. However, seems to be back on track. We'd like to welcome everyone back. We, of course, apologize for any slight technical glitch. Clearly beyond our control. What you had missed on hole number 15 was 3 birdies and a par. Par coming from Matt Orum. The other 3 competitors on the card took birdie 3s. And we are here for 16, 17, and 18. Stay tuned. Of course, we still have some great disc golf coming your way. I'd also like to say,
I don't know.
all right,
I don't want to do this.
is that just tell us the distance and the OBs and what you're going to do to play it.
You need to give me. You need to give me the script the day before.
I just did.
Day before.
Answer a few questions as to.
Okay, well, ask me the question and I can answer it.
All right.
I'm.
That's got to sit down. And it does. Philo hitting it on the right side of the basket. McBeth is exactly at the 10-meter circle, looking slightly downhill. And out of his hand, McBeth knew it was low. He may be relinquishing a share of the lead here on hole number 16. Nate Sexton has left himself within 20 feet, and Philo sitting at no more than 25, possibly 22 feet uphill. And Matty O with the birdie here. And with that birdie putt, Nate Sexton has pulled in front of Paul McBeth here on the 16th hole out at the Vista Del Camino Course. Philo and McBeth are going to have to settle for threes here. We're going to move over to hole 17, just 2 holes left here during this third round. You're watching the 2016 Memorial Championships presented by Discraft. We've got a word, this just in from Steve Dodge at the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Hello, Steve here. Paul's not winning? I have him ranked number 1.
And really a bread and butter shot here for Nate Sexton, throwing the Firebird forehand. This hole throughout the years has gotten easier with the removal of a large tree that used to protect the basket. And Matty O finds himself within 15 feet. Philo looking just to get his putter up there, and he's done so nicely. McBeth with a Nova. And somewhat on the right side of the basket. I'm thinking that it was a slight misfire. We again want to welcome everyone to join us tonight at 8 p.m. Mountain, 9 p.m. Central for our live Day 3 wrap-up podcast, which will be taking place here at Duke's Sports Bar and Grill. We'll recap the day's activities and have interviews with our top players. This is McBeth from 35 feet. And Paul McBeth will, for the moment, tie up Nate Sexton. We expect Nate Sexton to convert here. However, they are both currently sitting at 32 under par. And Sexton is back out in the lead. He's moved over to 33 under par. Johnny McRae is in the clubhouse at 32. And Philo completes the star frame here on hole number 17. Again, Nate Sexton with the birdie moves to 33 under par. McBeth and Johnny McRae are currently tied at 32. We're going to get into position. We've got a whole preview for you. Check that out as we get ready for our 54th hole of the 2016 Memorial Championships.
We're here at hole 18 at Vista Del Camino. The finishing hole is 375 feet over water. There's OB sidewalk on the right side. This green is very fast, so you have to throw something that kind of spikes into the ground or skips up towards the basket. You don't want to go too far to the left. About 15 feet left of the basket, it drops off into the water. Sorry, friend.
And in just a moment here, Nate Sexton will be teeing off on hole number 18. And Nate Sexton's going to need that to sit down. It is carrying toward the water's edge. And with a moan from the crowd, he has found himself safe. And Matty O's tee shot is low. Philo double checking the distance here on hole number 18. And in the dead calm winds here, we see Philo execute perfectly. This gorgeous setting here on the tee of 18. And Paul asking for it to get down. He knew he had too much hyzer on that, and that is carrying towards the water's edge. And he's going to find himself with a penalty stroke here on hole number 18. McBeth mentioning that he should have waited. I'm guessing there was some form of distraction that may have entered his mind momentarily. But as of right now, looks like we will see Nate Sexton, Paul McBeth, Johnny McRae, and Philo Brathwaite. They're all looking to be on our leader card for Fountain Hills tomorrow, barring anything crazy in the next few minutes, that is.
I didn't think I actually went in. I just hit and then didn't go anywhere. I was like,
We're out here practicing with one of the best in the world, Ricky Wysocki, hole 18 at Vista. What's going on?
Saki, trash bomb, boy. Hole in one.
Not much left for Matty O to do here other than lay it up and take his 3. And Sexton almost converts. He's going to finish with a 3. And McBeth nearly pin high on that drive, finding himself OB. He's still going to take a 3, not losing any strokes to Nate Sexton here. And Philo pumped about his final put in here on hole number 18. Matty O is in for the 3. And Nate Sexton is in. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is round 3 out here at the 2016 Memorial Championships presented by Discraft. We'd like to thank all of our amazing supporters and sponsors that were with us throughout the entire day as we brought you this very long and grueling round found out here at Vista Del Camino. Spinners on the Green, Discraft, Sierra Nevada, the PDGA, and countless other supporters, along with all of our Smashy fans out there. Thank you guys for tuning in, following along on the chat board, in interacting with us, sending those hashtags and tweets while we bring you the third round coverage. Tomorrow, we're going to be out at Fountain Hills for Championship Saturday. And if you wanted drama, we're going to find it right here at the Memorial Championships. So for everyone out there, Gary O., our cameraman, along with Joe Height and Johnny V back at the controls, from Madison Walker in the field, and myself, Terry Miller, the disc golf guy. This has been round 3. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Championship Saturday at the Memorial Championships.